Hey Taurus, it's Heather here with Magical Souls Tarot. I hope you guys are doing fantastic on this Wednesday morning. This is going to be your general overall spread for September 2019. Keep in mind that the cards are gender fluid. Timing is of course fluid. You could be currently dealing with these energies, or this could come to pass towards the end of the month for you, or even a couple months from now. Take it as it resonates. If you're cross-watching, welcome. You could definitely be resonating with some of the energy that's pulling through for the Taurus. And what else, guys? Yeah, I know I've said before, but Wednesdays, that is your upload day. So whether it's the generals, whether it's connection spreads, I'm also doing divine feminine, divine masculine energies on Thursday, and then daily reads for Fridays on the weekend ahead. So, all right, so we're just going to go ahead and hop right into Taurus, September 2019. What can we get for Taurus? Okay, so let's see. We have Emperor, High Priestess, Page of Cups. Okay, wow, right out of the bat, Taurus. Because as a Taurus, I can honestly say that the energy that's been coming through, just for me personally, has been very entrepreneurial mindset almost. Like I'm ready to get to business. I'm ready to, get started towards my goals. I'm ready to take charge of my life. I'm ready to move forward. That's what this energy feels like to me with this Emperor. And not only that, I feel like because the High Priestess is here, you have like an internal compass, an internal knowledge, or maybe affirmations from spirit, a connection with source that really is affirming to you exactly what you need to do moving forward, what you need to take control of. It's like, if you sit and be still and listen, you quickly are made aware of, what goals you're heading towards, what you want to work towards, what you want to build. Really for yourself, for your friendship, for your families, for your, environment. So many things could go with this being general. But whatever it is, you're highly in tune right now. You are completely in tune with the universe. As in, you're listening to hunches, you're listening to nudges. If they're nudging you a certain way, you are taking that. You're being receptive. You're heading towards things that you're being called to. But the Emperor there, it could also be that some of you are dealing with like an Aries or Capricorn energy. You could be in a situation where you are being hyper aware, hyper vigilant when it comes to a connection with an Emperor. Spirit source is really giving you indicators, signs, synchronicities. Page of Cups is the offer of love that wants to be made. For some of you, you could be wanting really to come through with an offer of love for an Emperor, or they could, be really connecting with you on a spiritual plane because there's an offer that wants to come in. And for some of you, you could definitely be just taking charge of wanting to go and make that offer yourself. Like you're relying on spirit to tell you when to kind of connect, when to take that step, when to make that next move, what you're approaching, what you're going after. But I do feel like you guys are really holding back right now. It's like you are taking charge when it comes to yourself, but if it comes to relationships in general, you're kind of allowing Source to really work through you and guide you towards the next path, the next chapter, the next journey, what you're doing moving forward, where you want to pour your love. I do feel like a lot of you are pouring love back into yourself, which is beautiful because Tauruses have been kind of in a wild ride with, Uranus and Taurus and this whole shift and all of these things that have been going on, because a lot of people don't realize that, yes, you're in Taurus. That's the one thing that's hitting you. But also, you have North Node in Cancer right now that trines you, or sorry, not trines you, but sextiles you. And then you have all these planets in Capricorn right now, and that's trining you. So it's like we're having all these factors that are really coming into play. Keeping that in mind, it's really affecting the way that we approach things. It's like, okay, it's time to take charge, Taurus. Like, it's time to get in gear. It's time to get your life together. It's time to figure out what you want. If it's, entrepreneurial things, it's time to build that business, because the Emperor can be about building businesses, things like that as well. It is also a divine masculine energy, so some of you could be really harnessing your divine masculine within, maybe healing or balancing, because the High Priestess is about the unknown, the subconscious. So you could be working with masculine and feminine energies both in order to come through and do something that, really inspires your soul, and receiving offers that really bring you a lot of fulfillment, because the cups are emotional fulfillment. It doesn't have to just be about love itself, but it can totally be something that fulfills you. That's a good opportunity towards happiness, towards, again, fulfillment. I keep getting fulfillment. It's like you guys are focused on that, you know, Ten of Cups kind of aspect where you're really working on your fulfillment, not just that Ten of Pentacles, not just the money. You want it all. You want to feel fulfilled inside and out. Ten of Swords. Yeah, there you guys are. So releasing things, leaving things behind. Again, like I keep getting, like moving towards next chapters, like just taking control of your life. But sometimes that does mean having to release things. It could be thought patterns. It could be your conditioning. It could be old wounds. Ten of Swords is getting cut deep. It is swords. So it's something that mentally affects you. But for me, the swords always go back to emotion, because why would, you know, you be in your head and be mentally conflicted and anxiety-ridden and stressed and worried about something that you had no emotional attachment to? Sometimes that comes from detaching. You know, Ten of Swords for me can be mentally and energetically detaching from something in order to move forward. I feel like that brings you guys into your power, though. Like the detachments, whatever you need to release and let go of, really brings you into that Queen of Pentacles energy. And for some of you, I feel like this is going to require a masculine stance where you're like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I can't take this anymore. I'm moving forward. I'm taking control of my life. I'm releasing shit that does not serve me anymore because there are greater things ahead. Four of Pentacles. This is my comfortably stuck, holding on to the old, embracing the old. Like, I feel like you guys are going to have to overcome this. That one's going to be clarified. Because you guys are holding on to something, and maybe it'll come out in the cards. But if not, it's going to get clarified. Because you can't release and hold on at the same time. Maybe some of you, it's a battle of, do I want to hold on or do I want to let go of the situation? That could be it for somebody. Okay, so if you're Four of Pentacles in the Sun card, you could be holding on to Leo. I'm just going to be real with you. You could also be holding on to that happiness. Really holding on to what happiness is for you, focusing on that. And that's causing you to really shift relationships, people, situations, careers in your life, which, hello, again, Uranus, that's what they do, comes through, and it kind of causes this whole shift of who we were, because we're turning, you know, more towards who we are on a soul-driven basis versus like a 3D ego kind of base. Emperor on top of that Sun card, taking control of your happiness. What's it going to be, Taurus? You know, I'm sure I'm not the only Taurus out there that's been getting these indicators, and I hear them loud and clear. Yeah, taking control of your happiness. Knight of Wands. Some of you could totally be connecting with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, because Emperor's there, it is Aries, and it's Capricorn energy, like I said, for me too. You know, Sun card, Leo, Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. You could totally be dealing with a fire sign of some sort, or someone that's just super passionate and fiery and like take charge, and I keep getting like a CEO kind of energy. Don't have to be, but it's like they call the shots, they take the reins, they are that divine masculine energy where they just naturally take charge. They don't feel like it's a destructive, though. I don't feel like it's narcissistic or like controlling. I just feel like this person is naturally like, you know, I'm going to, I keep getting go get it. So, you know, maybe they're a go-getter, maybe they make things happen in their life. Yeah, they could totally be coming in with some kind of happiness, some kind of offer. That's under the High Priestess, so you're getting some kind of clarity. Either clarity about a fire sign, or you're getting clarity about what you're passionately headed towards. Again, what you want to pour your soul into, what you want to put your Page of Cups into, what do you want to put your Knight of Wands into, what do you want to pour the passion, love, soul, emotion into. Could be projects, could be people, could be family, could be friends. At the end of the day, what's going to make you happy, Taurus? What's going to get? Six of Pentacles, balance. So we're seeking some kind of balance when it comes to an offer. Maybe an offer comes in that could bring you great potential and balance in your life. Again, if it's not love, because the cups are genuinely emotion, it's something that's emotionally drives you, something that could bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment. Knight of Wands is bringing that in, I feel like, though. I feel like this person, if you do have someone coming in, they're offering some kind of mutual give and take. They want reciprocity. They want a mutual exchange. They want to pour into you and have you pour into them in a connection. And if that's Knight of Wands is you embodying this energy, this fiery energy, then that's you guys working on balancing your life out. Working on, I mean, putting yourself in situations that pour back into you versus drain, you know, and really, I mean, just put you in that Ten of Swords state. Like, you're releasing shit that is not going to serve you because you're heading towards stuff that's going to be mutual, that's going to be worth it and beneficial to your life. Ace of Swords, some kind of divine clarity about a Ten of Swords situation. So Leaving something behind brings in clarity, brings in communication, brings in an offer, brings in some kind of shift in the tides when it comes to your direction. The Lovers. Okay, so some kind of clarity when it comes to a connection. For some of you, leaving something behind has the potential to bring in a connection. Doesn't have to be, brand new. It could be a reconciliation. I'll have to get more card indicators to really see that, though. But it's the Lovers and the Page of Wands. So brings in something. It brings in something that's really beautiful. The Lovers is that yin and yang, that mutual give and take, that someone that mirrors your soul. It could be, a lot of people add it as the twin flame card. I don't just jump to that conclusion just with the Lovers. But I do see that their Emperor is here, the Sun is here, so that like childlike wonder, that happiness that something brings out in you, the joy combined with that divine masculine energy, there could very well be that kind of connection here. I'm just going to be real. You could be connecting with a earth sign that has some fire in their chart. Cap, Taurus, Virgo. This is definitely on top of this. I feel like you guys are the ones that are going to be making decisions, making moves. It's like, you're being called to release something in order for something beautiful to come in order for communication to come in. Maybe some of you need to release some burdens or some, again, I keep getting like old wounds or toxic things or triggers, whatever you need to release, let it go. Because there's beauty to come. Like there's a lot of happiness here. It comes down to you guys really letting it go and allowing the universe to come in and bring these gifts, bring these opportunities for you. That Lovers card with the Page of Wands is, it's coming in. It's either you guys making a decision in love, maybe choosing between two people. Maybe some of you have like a fire sign or earth sign or a karmic thing, or I don't know. It could be many things with this being general. But some of you could totally be making a decision to step forward and make an offer because you just had this passion, all of this built up inside of you. And for others of you, because you're making decisions to release things and finding the clarity within, it's like something starts coming in for you that's going to really change and shift your existence a little bit. I'm going to be honest, because that's not an easy connection. That's a deep connection. That's soul tied. That's karmic. And everyone assumes karmic is like bad. It's not bad. It's not all bad karma. Judgment. Yeah. Time has come. This is you standing in that, divine judgment and really universe coming in to bring things, and it's like it's time. It's time to release things. It's time to move forward. It's time to let go of something in order to embrace something new. I feel like this is about your happiness and taking charge of making moves. It could totally be about a situation, again, with an Emperor energy where at the end of the day, it's your call. There is a such thing as divine guidance and things that we sign up for to experience in this life, but by the same token, we have free will. So with free will comes the decision to make. And it's kind of funny how it works, because I'm a firm believer that if something or someone's meant to cross our path, they will. The thing is that with our own judgments and calls that we make and the free will that we have, sometimes we can prolong things because we're human, we're human, and sometimes we don't want to release things in order to move forward, and sometimes we don't want to let something go to possibly, be alone when there could be something greater on the other side. It's just about making the decision to finally do something like that. What else can we get? I want to say, though, I feel like the ball is in your court. Two of Pentacles, you could totally be up in your head about this fire sign, or you could be up in your head about making moves and where you want to head, what direction you're wanting to go. You're, kind of confused, kind of juggling, trying to figure it out. You're going internal, though, in order to do that. You're going inside, again, connecting with spirit, connecting with source, in order to find the clarity about what direction you want to head. Do you want to head towards this new thing, this possibility that could bring a lot of fulfillment into your life? For some reason, I just keep getting that, like, you or this person is, like, in their head about this. It's like, it's beautiful. Yeah, Nine of Wands. So you could be on the defense. This person could be on the defense. This situation just could bring up a lot of, it could have been a long time coming. Like, maybe you feel like you've fought so long and so hard for so many connections and done so many things that you're drained and you're like, I just don't want to do this shit anymore. I don't want to fight for anything. But it's like Spirit's like, well, guess what? When you don't want something, guess what you get? Exactly that. And sometimes more than most close it off when it comes to those kind of things. They kind of kick us on our ass and say, like, no, like, this is here. This is something beautiful. Like, don't give up on this, you know? Sorry, I say, you know, probably like 50 million times in a reading, but I feel like a lot of you guys do know, so. Ace of Wands, yeah. So releasing brings in clarity, direction, passion, and creativity. So whatever you need to let go of, let it go. If it's thoughts about yourself or about a situation or a connection, my big advice would be to release. I mean, in general, not just based off this spread. Like, in general, like, release, let go of what doesn't serve you, let go of what isn't good for you anymore. And this is from someone that on a daily basis still has to remind herself of this, because I am a Taurus and I do like my comforts. I am perfectly comfortable staying where I'm at 95% of the time. But the universe, the way that it works is a lot of the times, like, the best things for you and for your growth are on the other side of, like, the fear or the change or the shift or, you know, completely taking a leap of faith. That's where the good stuff's at. So sometimes we get so comfortable and just content in what we are that we never truly think about what we could be. And what you can be and become is on the other side of the fear, is on the other side of all of that. So it's about taking those chances and taking that leap of faith a little bit. And again, I keep going back astrology-wise, but, like, that's what Uranus is all about in Taurus. It's asking us to really reevaluate what we value, what we build our life on. It's the physical elements of the second house, which is possessions, which is us. You know, it is us. It's who we are. It's, you know, what we possess physically. It's also what we possess, you know, abundance-wise and connection-wise, and what we surround ourselves with and what we pour into. Don't be afraid. Like I just said, that leap of faith, it's worth taking. Nine of Swords. Could be you or the other person. This is staying up at night. This is 3 a.m. This is worrying, stressing. For some of you, it could definitely be stressing over a situation that you need to make a choice in. For others, it's going to be maybe stressing over what you're pouring into. I mean, what you're going to pour your energy into. Maybe someone comes along and you're like, I was just working on my career and I was just going back to school and I was just working on my business and working on all of these things and trying to focus on myself for once. And when I finally decided I don't want a relationship, guess what comes knocking at the door? Like, you know, it's that kind of feeling for me where it just kind of puts someone in their head. It doesn't feel like there's no malicious or vicious here at all, like, other than what you've released. And I feel like that's on you. That's not on anyone else. Like, that's you releasing whatever you need to release for your benefit. This Nine of Swords is telling you to get out of your head. Like, this is what you've been doing. And it has the Lovers attached to it. It has the Queen of Pentacles. So it could be choices that need to be made in love. For some of you, you're up late at night wondering, maybe trying to choose between two, you know, multiple people possibly, 3, 4, 5, whatever. You don't get it, Taurus. That's on you. And some of you could totally be in your head about your security, your stability, what you're pouring into, if you can make this happen, if you can make this business, this career, this job, this connection work. So 4 of Pentacles, Page of Wands. Some of you could, like, be wanting to communicate and holding yourself back a little bit, or, you know, possibly 5 of Cups reversed, coming out of a period of isolation, nostalgia, looking back. Maybe that's what the 10 of Swords is about. You guys need to release, you know, the habits of, you know, and as a Taurus, again, I'm guilty, where you just kind of look back at the things that went wrong, or things that could have been different, or things that you could have changed. And, you know, sometimes you rack up guilt, sometimes you rack up bitterness, sometimes you rack up anger, sometimes you rack up worry, stress, all of those things, because you look back. And I love, it was a, oh gosh, I can't remember who it was. Anyway, there was like a conversation and it got made into a meme. And it was the most, like, it hit me immediately, the perspective of, okay, like, put your past in a box, don't lock it away. Use it, you know, put it in the corner, and when you need to go back and reference it, go back and look at it and get what you need from it, and then close it and then move forward. You know, your past is a place of reverence. It's not residence. We're not going to stay there. There's a reason why we're not there anymore right now. You know, learn from mistakes, learn from situations, learn from experiences, and then you move forward into something. I feel like a lot of Tauruses have been scared of moving forward. 10 of Wands, but it's time. That's under Judgment's right there. It's time. It's time to release whatever burdens you have been carrying around in a family situation, in a friendship, in a relationship, in your job, in you. You know, anything that you have really carried forward with you that is not going to serve you anymore, mindsets, thoughts, all of it. 4 Cups. It's a challenge because it's sideways. So blocking off love, blocking off connections, that's what you need to release. Because the moment you do, the moment you stop either blocking or, again, I keep hitting holding yourself back, that's when spirit comes in and communication comes in and messages come in and divine intervention comes in, timing comes into play, and the whole thing just shifts. And it's because you finally make a decision to change things for the betterment of yourself. Like, get it, Taurus. King of Swords. Air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could very well be you. You know, these things come in. Okay, so this is falling under the 10 of Swords, Ace of Wands. Communication coming in, offers coming in, opportunities, new beginnings, releasing things. That's you saying in discernment, deciding what it is you want moving forward. Moving forward with these opportunities and this truth and these insights, what do you want? So 9 of Pentacles was sideways. I'm not going to take it as good or bad. It's a challenge. Independence. Independence is your challenge. Whether you're too independent and you don't want to let anyone in, or whether you've been codependent and that's what you need to release and you need to step up into your power. Either way, knowing that you know that you have everything within yourself to nourish and fulfill yourself, that's true. Doesn't mean you don't deserve a connection that is beautiful as well. Star card. Make-A-Wish card. Wish upon a star. At the end of the day, you know, understanding that the universe has got your back, that you're moving forward, that you have this beautiful, it feels like a highly spiritual time, but it's a time to really make shit happen. Like, make it happen. Don't waste this energy because it's pretty potent right now. Going into September, it's going to be potent as well. So make sure that whatever dreams, whatever it is for you that you see, if it's a career, if it's a person, a relationship, an opportunity, a business, start working on it. Take that Emperor energy and make that shit happen because you deserve it. Like, this is literally saying you deserve this. Like, don't give up hope. It's there. Sorry, I'm like sticking to the table here. And you guys have definitely went way over time, but that's cool because I love you guys. That's fine. I am going to clarify that 4 of Pentacles. That's about to happen right now. That has been bugging me the whole time because I just want to know what we're holding on to. Like, if we're holding out for happiness, but if we're holding on to toxic things we need to release, then we need to release. Ha! Like I just said. Sorry. I'm not high-ing, but okay. So, I feel like you guys, for some of you, you could possibly be blocking a fire sign. No communication. You are like holding back when it comes to communicating with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Feels like you have stuff that you need to say or stuff that you want to say, communicate, and it's blocked. You're holding yourself back. Whether or not that's a good or bad thing, that's on you. That's your discernment. But that's what the blockage is. There's no communication coming in when it comes to fire sign. You could also be holding yourself back from taking action in things in life, towards your happiness, towards your goals. You could be just really deciding to stay stuck and not wanting to move forward because you're worried or because you, I don't know how to like portray that. It's not just because you're worried. It's because maybe you just don't want things to change. You know, maybe you're not just like content and it's like, you know, and maybe like you're really comfortable. But the universe is saying there's so much more if you would just look forward and move forward and take this action. There's so much out there waiting for you if you would just make the decision to move forward and do it, whatever it is for you. Growth's inevitable, you know. That's what I always say. Like, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. If you want to, have any kind of experience in this life, growth is inevitable. Whispers. So I love that you've had Eight of Wands twice on this table. So communication and spirit are really heavy for you guys. And literally you get the Whispers card, which is about tuning into spirit and really listening. Listening to the inner guidance, listening to yourself, like really also communicating, coming in calmly, nice, steady. And the soul journey. So I feel like you guys are getting insights and inclinations and dreams or spiritual messages or synchronicities or communication. It's like you have this inner knowing, this nudge to do something. And with that soul journey card, it's literally like indicating that whatever you're being called to do right now is a part of the journey. It's a part of what you signed up for. It's a part of your, experience in this life. So I would say to head towards it, Yeah. All right, Taurus, that's going to be it for your September 2019. I hope you guys have a fantastic month ahead. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Love and light. Bye.